we have talked about in other videos, your savings is the sword that you use to conquer your future goals. And there are many different types of ways that you can save, but we're gonna talk about 3 today. Number 1, an emergency fund. And it literally is exactly how it sounds. It's the funds that you use for emergencies. Emergency fund. But y'all, an emergency fund is so important because it literally is like the first step, the foundation to building financial stability, okay? Because even before you pay off your debt or anything like that, that's super important, that we'll get to. If you don't have an emergency fund, that can put you into even more debt, and we want to like make sure we're creating less chances to become in debt. All right, so I don't know if y'all have heard of this man named Dave Ramsey, but basically he's one of the most prominent voices in the personal finance field. He knows his stuff. He's been doing it for a while, and literally he has this method of becoming financially stable and having control of your money called the 7 baby steps. And y'all, the first step is to save $1,000 towards your emergency fund. So like, don't just take it from me, take it from people who've been doing it for decades, okay? Number 2, short and long-term goals. We've already talked about this a lot, but we know that our savings is literally like the water that we pour on the plants of our dreams, all right? We're like, our dreams are gonna happen, we're gonna feed it, and how we feed it is with our savings. So maybe you wanna like be going on vacation, maybe you wanna save up for retirement so you can be a millionaire in retirement. Maybe you wanna start saving up so you can have down payments to pay for like properties because you wanna do real estate investing in the future, you know, whatever it is. You want to make sure that you got savings so you can hit those short and long-term goals. Come on. And number 3, no savings. Yikes. When you don't have savings, it's very hard for you to say yes to things that you actually want and sometimes even need. Yes, because if you don't have savings, it's very easy for you to go in debt or become bankrupt and not have enough money to even support the needs of your everyday life. Maybe you could pick up a side hustle. Yes, I'm talking to you. Or you could literally always just try to get a raise at your job or get a higher paying job. But most importantly, y'all, cut down on your expenses. Because maybe you don't need coffee every single day. Or maybe you could just make it at home, you know, save yourself lots of money. There are many ways to approach paying off debt, but one of the most popular, and one that is literally the second step in Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps to becoming like getting control over your money, is to use the snowball method. So this method is basically like, you gotta crawl before you can walk. So yeah, basically all the money that you have after your cash outflow is taken out and after your liabilities are taken out, that extra money that you have, you're putting it all towards that smallest debt, right? All those savings are, your biggest savings goal at the moment is to pay off the debt. So like literally you're saving, it's not going to the vacation, it's not going to short-term, long-term, like no, it is literally going to the debt first, because a lot of people, most professionals are like, you can't even start saving for those goals if you got debt, okay? We trying to make sure the balance sheet is balanced, okay? It needs to be positively balanced if you got debt. Anyways, financially speaking, it's actually better to pay off your debt that has the highest interest or the highest like debt amount first. This is because the one with the higher interest is going to cost you more just by nature of how high the interest is, because literally if it has a high interest rate, like if you have something that has like a 35% interest rate, like it's going to be easier for that to literally double or triple like the amount that you initially even wanted. And like, if I had debt, I'm not trying to pay double or triple more than I already got to pay back. Like that's just doing the most. That's just a lot, okay? And we're not trying to do that. But also, the larger amount is just large anyway. So even if like 10% of 100,000 is still $10,000. So we're trying to pay off the big debts first too, because like even if it's like a small, even 5%, that's $5,000. I don't know about you. I don't really got $5,000 to just be giving out like that. So that's why it's important to do those financially speaking. So then why are people doing the snowball effect if it's going to cost them more money? Well, it's because, as Dave Ramsey says so many times, personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% numbers. Sure, paying off the debt that's literally the largest amount has the highest interest, which is called the avalanche method, actually. I'm sure that's better financially speaking, but like if you're paying off your largest debt first, and say you have a debt like student loans that are like over $100,000 or $100,000, even $80,000, like the average person is gonna pay that off in years. Unless you have like an amazing job and amazing side hustles, that's gonna take you a couple years to pay off. And if you're already not used to being able to like pay off your debt and like be diligent in that, you're gonna lose heart, because it like you're paying money, and even though I'm saying, yeah, your net worth is going up, like, it doesn't feel like your net worth is going up. It doesn't feel like you can live freely and buy the things that you really want and live the dream life that you want, because you're still paying off this debt. And if you're paying that off for years, you can lose heart. You can be like, you know what, I don't even care anymore. So that's why a lot of professionals like Dave Ramsey always recommend the snowball method, because you get these small victories. Because the large amount of debt can literally take you years, versus if you pay off a small amount of debt, that might take a few months or a year at most. And then you're like, hold on, I did that. Okay, what else can I do? Okay, so maybe that one take a few months. Okay, maybe this one will take a year. I could do it. I did the first one. Let me do this. And then you do the one that takes a year. And you're like, okay, where the next one at? And then you're ready to do the 2-year one. And you're like, bro, bring it at me. And you're just so ready to pay off the larger debts, because you're building in this momentum and this strength and this diligence to pay off your debt, because you feel rewarded. You feel confident in like being able to get the incentive of like, oh, I just paid that off. Oh, I don't even got that anymore. I don't gotta worry about that anymore. Like, so basically that's why a lot of people recommend the snowball method. And again, there are so many different influencers you can listen to. Like, I really like Anthony O'Neill, and he brings a lot of people of color on his show who are very good at paying off their debt and have made businesses and stuff like that, which is really important to me. But like, you can find people who look like you, who share your stories, and like use those types of people to encourage you and to learn from. Like, y'all, the internet is a place that you can utilize. So I hope you were able to understand that establishing good savings habits and becoming basically allergic to debt, because we want to be allergic, baby. But that's really the foundation that we want to create for ourselves, so that we can be able to have this great financially stable life where we have good money spending habits. And of course, none of this is possible if we don't put it into action. So, as Nike likes to say, just do it.